and welcome to the Tickle Pink Adventure channel. I'm Kimberly. If you're new here, welcome. I'm excited that you're joining us today. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I am grateful that you are joining me for another video. Before we get started today, quick reminder that if you haven't subscribed, take a moment to click that subscribe button. And if you want to be in the notifications to know when I upload a video, the very moment it goes live, click that notification bell, and then that way you will never miss a video. Now that we're done with the housekeeping, it's cocktail time. And now we are going to continue on our journey through the 6 cocktail families. If you've seen the last few videos over the last 3 weeks, you would know that I am doing the 6 root cocktail families that all cocktails are stemmed from. We have covered old fashions, we've covered martinis, daiquiris. Tonight we're doing sidecars, and then there's flips and whiskey highballs. That rounds out the 6. But tonight with the sidecar, I'm excited because it made perfect sense for it to follow the daiquiri. And by the way, if you want to go back and visit any of those videos, if you are new here, just check out the channel. They're all there, so you can get caught up. But if, anyway, if you're just here for the sidecar info, that's cool too. Back to the sidecar. So, sidecars are directly sort of related to daiquiris in the fact that they come from the sour family of cocktails, meaning that they have acid, a spirit, and some sweetener. Now that's where they align, but here's where they're different. Sidecars are different because they have substantially more flavored liqueur, which makes up their core flavor profile along with the core spirits. Whereas a daiquiri is just citric, like acid, like acidity with like citrus juice, a spirit, and a sweetener. Sidecars have those components with the addition of a flavored liqueur. So with that addition of the liqueur, you also change your proportions. So that means every liqueur you get, from a Cointreau to a Grand Marnier to an elderflower to a coffee, has a different proof, which will change the strength of the drink. It also has a different flavor profile. Some are sweeter, some are drier, some are bitter. So with that, you have to adjust the proportions of the sidecar to make sure that you're getting a balanced cocktail. Whereas with daiquiris, you can pretty much follow the 2-1-1 template, 2 part spirit, 1 part juice, 1 part sweetener. But this one is more nuanced because you just have to adjust for whatever the liqueur you're using brings, and also the spirit that whatever it brings. Now, you may know of sidecars, the classic cocktail that dates back to World War I. Rumor has it that it was originated in France with an American soldier in a French bar. There are definitely different origin stories, so don't hold me to that one. That's just one of the more popular theories of how the cocktail originated. Also, in old French classic recipes for a sidecar, they used equal parts Cointreau and equal parts cognac, because original sidecar is cognac, Cointreau, and lemon juice. 3 ingredients. See how it similarly lines up to the daiquiri? However, modern day bartenders don't add that much liqueur because it killed the flavor of the cognac. And cognac's a really good spirit, and it's typically expensive, so you don't want to drown out a beautiful cognac by killing it with so much Cointreau. So now when you order a sidecar, it may come with like a ½ ounce or maybe up to an ounce, just to make sure that it stays balanced. And along with that, there are other cocktails that are in that family. Some of my favorite cocktails happen to be sidecar cocktails. I didn't know that until I started doing this research. I didn't know margaritas were in the sidecar family. And why is a margarita in the sidecar family? Because it meets the base standard. It is flavored by an orange liqueur. It has acid with a lime juice. It has a base spirit of tequila, and it does have some sweetener, or you can make it dry without any additional sweetener. So you're basically just swapping cognac for tequila, lemon juice for lime juice, and bam, you've got a margarita. Another cocktail that's in this family is a Cosmo. Same sort of template. Now you're swapping out cognac for vodka, adding cranberry juice to the lime juice, and then an orange liqueur. So the basis here always is liqueur, acid, base spirit. If you've got that, you're on your road to the sidecar family. And I also have the cocktail I'm making tonight, which is a sidecar family favorite of mine, again, that I didn't know. I've been drinking it for 2 years and have debated featuring it on the channel, and now tonight is the perfect night because it fits in perfectly with our theme of sidecars. So I'm going to start talking and we're going to start mixing a cocktail. So let's get on with the cocktail. So we are going to make a white lady. That's the name of the cocktail. I didn't name it. So that's the name of the cocktail. It's called the White Lady. And I've been drinking this cocktail, like I said previously, for about 2 years. I found it in one of my vintage cocktail books, and I really loved it. It was a nice departure for like a gin cocktail from a martini or like a Collins or a gin and tonic. It felt fancy, and I served it in a coupe, and I really enjoy it. And I really recommend that you make these because they're refreshing and they feel just upscale. So if you're having a night you want to feel a little bougie, I recommend the White Lady. Now, the White Lady is the perfect example of a sidecar where you can interchange ingredients. So, the White Lady has all the components of a sidecar, but we're going to change the core spirit from cognac to gin, and we're going to dial back the Cointreau from an ounce to an ounce and a half to just a half an ounce, because if we use too much Cointreau, it'll make the drink astringent when it's paired with the gin. Because cognac tends to be richer and have more layers of flavor and a little sweeter, it can handle the more Cointreau, but the gin, since it's already pretty dry and astringent, it'll just kill the cocktail. So we're going to dial back the Cointreau. Another thing about Cointreau and its cousin curacao or orange liqueurs is Cointreau is like your middle ground. It's medium dry and sweet, so it's a good balance. Now, you could get Perrier Ferrand, which is very dry, super dry, orange flavor, but super dry. Or you can go with its sweet sister, Grand Marnier, which is very sweet. And again, you would adjust your cocktail accordingly for the sweetness. So tonight we're going to use the Cointreau, and we're basically going to build a sidecar that's gin-based. So let's get going. So like I talked about last week, I'm going to build my cocktail from the least ingredients, like that aren't expensive, and end with the spirit. That way, if there's any mishaps and I have to pour it out, I'm not pouring out the booze, and we're not alcohol abusing in this household. So we're going to start with an egg white. Now, I like an egg white in a cocktail. If you have allergies or just averse, you can leave it out. But if you're game, I really do recommend that you try the egg white in the cocktail, because what the egg white is going to do, it's going to give you volume, it's going to give you a silky texture, and a beautiful froth. Also, the volume it puts in the drink helps carry the balance of the cocktail between the citrus and the liqueur and the gin. So it really is an actual flavoring agent to help make sure everything smooths out evenly for a great mouthfeel and cocktail experience. But if you're opposed to it, you really don't need it. You can leave it out. So I've got one egg white. Next, we are going to do a 1/4 ounce simple syrup, my trusty simple syrup that I've used a lot, as you can see. But that's, again, I make a batch and I have it for a while. And my new jigger that we're test driving tonight. So we have a 1/4 ounce simple syrup. And now we're going to do 3/4 ounce lemon juice. And these are the kind of cocktails that seem really fancy but don't take a lot of effort, which I love. Like, you can have a really nice fancy cocktail night at home without a lot of fuss. So 3/4 ounce lemon juice, and then we're going to use a 1/2 ounce of Cointreau. I'm just looking down here because there's little measurements in the jigger, so I have to look to make sure I'm getting the right measurements. 1/2 ounce of Cointreau, and now the gin. Let me close this because I have a feeling I'm going to knock something over and we'd have a lemon juice fall out. Okay, so we're going to go 2 ounces gin. There we go. Now, this technique is called a dry shake. And what that means is we're going to shake without ice. it performs two functions. Since we have the egg white, it's really going to get the egg white good and foamy and build the volume that we need in the cocktail without adding the ice and diluting it. And it's also going to make sure all of that lemon juice and the other ingredients emulsify and marry really well. So you can even dry shake a cocktail without an egg white, because you still will get that good mixture of the citrus juice with the other spirits. And so it's a great technique, and it also gives you that extra foam and air in the cocktail. So we're going to do a dry shake. And you really want to go hard on this. Whoop, a little bit flew out. Because you want to build that volume. You want to get the foam. You want to make sure everything's mixed. So there's that. And I can already see that we've got some good volume. And now I'll add my ice. So we're going to add the ice to continue to mix the drink, but also to chill it. And that way we'll get the proper dilution. I've talked about dilution in cocktails. It is key. You don't want to over dilute, but you do need some to kind of tame the intensity of the spirit. So now we're going to shake again. That's a fun sound. Sound of a good time coming up. Give it a really good shake. Oh, let me have a little stop. There we go. Good seal on that one this time. And now we strain into a chilled coupe. Oh, there's a little water in there. Want to get that out because you don't want to over dilute the cocktail. So we're going to strain. Here we go. And look at that. Beautiful foam. Great color. Get every last drop of that bad boy. There you go. Now we have a garnish. I'm going to take a lemon zest and express it into the glass. I always break them. So we'll have another one. And you just put it on the side. You don't put it in. Oh, like that just did. So we're going to get another one. And do it correctly, because that's just how I roll. There we go. Ah! This is like the blooper reel. Don't mind my fingers in the cocktail. I'm the only one drinking it, and my hands are clean. We will master this, people. Ta-da! We did it! Got the lemon peel on the glass. But they don't want it in the glass because the lemon will continue to bring more flavor and tartness and bitterness to the cocktail. So we put it on the side, we express the oils, and now the part I've been waiting for all day is I get to drink this lovely cocktail. Let's give it a try. Oh, it's delicious. Really creamy. That egg white gives it a nice creamy velvety feel. It's very balanced between the simple syrup and a little bit of Cointreau. It's like a bright, sunny day in my mouth. I love it. And this is like what I want to drink when I want to feel fancy, but I don't want to put on real clothes to go out and actually be fancy. So I recommend trying a White Lady and all the other sidecar variations, and comment below what sidecar cocktail's your favorite, or if you like the traditional one. And continue liking and subscribing, and thank you again for watching. Have a great day, a great night, or whenever you're watching this video. Cheers!